Part 3. The side objective, all other parts down below. You are free to believe her hopeless rendition of myself as an absentee husband and father, but that is not the truth. Me, perfect. Oh no. The past year and a half, I did semi-shut down after her first forced admittance, because I was made to believe it was all my fault. I didn't know how to process all that through the anger and hurt. I always thought she was the perfect one and I the failure. Progress almost 3 months and I feel is tricky to really discern, especially being this close to the heart of it, being the one recovering from extreme deceit. Actions speak loudest, but I don't want to be around, so most of what I get are texts. I will say I applaud those that seek to help her from a pure heart and tough love. I believe her best friend has become both of those to her. I am not fickle. In spite of everything, I still love her and care about her well-being. I do not feel that is a defect within myself. However, that does not mean I am pursuing reconciliation, actually quite the opposite. The VAR is really what set things in stone for me. A couple months ago, hearing her conversation with family and friends, ripping my character and integrity, calling me emotionally abusive and bipolar, hurt. That very same day, of course, with me the communication was totally different, the attitude and mood totally different as well, and I could see how far gone the situation really was and made detaching easier. As I've said, I'd learned not to take what happened personally. She didn't hate me, she didn't wish me ill will, she was sick and hurting. I still do not trust her, but genuinely do hope through God and others she gets restored. I am a former wayward spouse. I know that squarely rests in the back of everyone's mind here. I'm under no illusions. During my time here I have taken it from both sides, and I do understand where both sides are coming from. Even the posts I felt were harsh I accepted. I will never pretend to be something I am not. I am an adulterer. But also, the extension of help and hope provided by many on here in spite of my former transgression has brought me so much life in this dark time. The wife responds, I am signing just a 6-month lease. The kids will be going with me. My only person here to lean on is OP, and that is not healthy for either of us right now. We still lean on each other for comfort and it's hard not to. We still deeply love and care about each other, so this is exceptionally hard. I will be going to a great church and linking up with my female Christian friends that are positive influences on me and will help mentor me. My best friend, who is a gift from God to me and our children, will be heavily involved in our daily lives as well. My mama and my oldest daughter live close too. My support system is committed to seeing me fully recovered and well and living a life of integrity. I'm going away to get well, not to party and certainly not to mingle. I won't be drinking and living stupid. I am still committed to my husband. I will be faithful to him and not do anything to damage him or our marriage further. I promise that. I mean that with everything in me. These 6 months will give time and space for both OP and I to find healing. Hurts like crazy still for both of us, but it's best for right now. My baby did not deserve this. The worst consequence of all is him suffering for my mistakes. It is the most unfair thing ever and I am so sorry. I hate what I've done. I would do anything to go back in time and make better choices. I accept things for what they are. You can all laugh at me or mock me, think I'm delusional, swing the shades or whatever, but I'm still believing God for a miracle for us and for our family. I've released him in our marriage to God and have asked that God would somehow, someway, someday give him back to me, and trusting the process. I love you, OP. We have not established a set schedule, but just like now, he can see them whenever he wishes. This is all very new to us, as of just today. Too new for inquiries. Please, respect our time right now as we grieve. This really hurts. I know people have questions, and some are just plain nosy, but it's too new right now to be bombarded with logistic questions. The pain we are all experiencing today is immense. A family of 8 is being ripped apart because of my sin. My husband is suffering. My children are suffering. I have never been more devastated in my entire life. OP responds, you feel reconciliation should always be the answer. If that is so, then yes, steer clear. What to do becomes one of life's biggest decisions for the BS. While there is a definite each case is different. Even if a couple is choosing to reconcile, they can both learn a tremendous amount here, but on the other hand, if the BS has endured what they feel is too much, they will learn to respect themselves and defeat the patterns that yoked them in that situation to begin with. I shudder to think had I not been informed a few months ago, I would still be living a lost, depressed, confused life with a cheating wife. The definition of happy ending is a very subjective statement. Wife responds, on a side note, seeing your clear intentions in black and white has helped me more than you know today. I can begin to detach now. You have told me for months now not to abandon hope, or when I have asked for MC you've said, it's too soon. You have led me to believe reconciliation was a possibility. In fact, you gave me your word even back in July. You didn't keep it. Me cheating had nothing to do with my love for him, and he knows that. You were able to reconcile your marriage, so according to what you said, love failed you at some point to be in need of reconciliation. However, love did not fail overall. You two are together. That is my point. I do have it in me. Everyone that knows me in real life knows I do. Even my husband knows I do. Still, he has made his choice. I respect that. I accept that. I will begin to detach intentionally now. I am looking towards our move into healing and recovering from the most traumatic thing of my entire life. I can only pray that one day the pain will stop. One day I'll go an entire day without shedding a tear. One day I will be healed. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. I am detaching because I have to. Detaching doesn't mean I stop loving him or I don't remain faithful to him. It means I start focusing on the move and me and my children's well-being so that we can recover. Detaching means I accept he says it's over. It's very difficult for me to grasp that he unwilling to even try before throwing in the towel, especially when he has a wife that wants to get help and save the marriage. This is a 10-year marriage with 4 kids we have made and 2 he has helped me raise, and 2 people that still really truly love each other madly. He speaks of objectivity, but he won't even look at what reconciliation could be and could mean for our precious family and our marriage. He only looks in the direction of divorce. Seems that he should weigh both options and explore both options fully before saying it's over. Not my call though. And well, we do have great bonding. As in, just 2 nights ago in his bed for 2 hours when he asked me to come to bed with him. We are magical together. And while in bed with him told me he loved me twice, that I would always be his, that I am still his wife, that he was certainly going to try to forgive me and that he is still mine. Anyone would be confused after all that. I've got to get off the roller coaster. God will have to be my strength because right now I have none. He will have to be my light because I am in the darkest moments of my life. He will need to be my peace because my heart and soul are crushed. I trust him to carry me through this because right now I'm barely even standing. I am letting go. I have to. I cannot keep living in a state of limbo or purgatory or even a state of perpetual punishment for my sins. If I was so narcissistic, I wouldn't have loved him the way I did for 10 years. I wouldn't have been perfectly content and even happy to sit in a home with 7 kids without a car for years. I'll defend myself where necessary. Aside from my selfish actions of cheating which were only for a time and not for the whole marriage, I have been selfless and gladly sacrificed things because I loved him and our family so much. My best friend is calling me and texting me and telling me it's still not over and to trust God. Right now, to be honest, the pain has me wanting to leave the state today. If I could, I would. Yes, it's been my pattern to run when I'm hurting. I admit it, and right now I want to run away from the pain so bad. Please somebody tell me one day I'll be okay. Tell me one day there will be a day when I don't cry a single tear or 50-gallon drums of them. Right now, I am crumbling and hurting and scared to death and trying to regain balance, telling myself to breathe. We all get angry and today I am. I respect how he feels today too. I wish he would understand what lengths I would go to regain and rebuild his trust and to help him feel secure with me forever. I have learned quite the lesson and would never do this again. I would never hurt him again. I told him he was my first love and he will be my last. I will prove that to him if it takes the rest of my life. I only want him. I will always be his just like he says. I will see to it. I mean it. He can divorce me and I will still be only his. That's not something I'm just saying either. I mean it and I will prove it to him. I am beyond spent today from the drama, but I will say that 2 of our 4 children were conceived on birth control. No, I didn't miss pills either. I even conceived with an IUD. Not that it matters, but I conceived one of my first babies from my first marriage with Depo-Provera. I'm just a fertile one, or God meant for me to have 7 kids. People can say all kinds of things but don't know the whole story. I get it. It's easy to think you know somebody on here and think you can predict their future moves or actions or whatever, but reality is you really can't. Another thing, when my first husband and I divorced, we were ready to divorce. No love, no friendship, nothing. It was clearly not the same as this. We both wanted out and had wanted out for years because we pretty much hated each other. We had to keep up the image of a perfect life though because of my family's ministry. That marriage was a joke from day one. I married him because I was pregnant. My dad was a well-known preacher, and we had to do the right thing and marry. Multiple big problems the whole marriage. And no, I am not going there with details. All I'm saying is this is not the same. At all. And to ease your mind, the 3 are not endless counts of infidelity like you all would love to snicker and assume. I can take the heat though because I know the truth. It's okay. I screwed up. Yes, I did. It is all my fault. You are absolutely correct there. I do also know that even though I am capable of screwing up, I know I never will again. This experience has been the worst of our lives. I would never ever do that to us again. And I will prove that to OP even divorced that I'm still his. He is the one I love. He is the one I want. He can even go and be free with whoever and I'll wait for him. I mean it. My love and commitment to him is real. I am staying in therapy too to help keep me on track. And an open marriage is not happening with us. I have hit rock bottom and my life is turning around. Much has happened the past 2 days that has me hurting and angry. One of which OP doesn't tell all and therefore I am labeled as something I am not and viewed as something and someone I am not. His pain is what hurts me the most. I am remorseful and destroyed because of what I've caused him and what this is costing him. I wouldn't be being real and honest though if I couldn't say, today I am angry. Not that we are divorcing even. That he doesn't tell all and I'm expected to. He doesn't want a certain picture painted of himself, but does he step in and stop you all from painting an inaccurate one of me based upon limited info? That's what has me upset. Not that I'm not getting what I want. I'm upset that 2 days ago he said very sincere things to me while I was in his arms and I was sobbing on his chest. Then the next day he posts here publicly that a divorce still stands. He never mentioned anything from the night before though. Limited info that muddies the full truth. Omission. Would him being honest make him appear weak? Everyone wants truth. I give it and still get slammed. I get it. He can do no wrong. There is still so much more than even all of this too. I would be lying if I said it isn't frustrating and confusing and exasperating to say the least. I still am seeking God for my strength to get through this and for complete healing. I'm still destroyed beyond reason for my sins and what this has cost our family. I still fall on my face before God daily and ask for His mercy on our lives. None of that has changed. I think I have a right to be honest on days that are hard though. I am still human. Moving 2 states away and making those preparations is daunting in itself. I'm under stress and I'm exhausted. I'm scared and I'm brokenhearted. At least I'm honest though. OP's pain is something I see in person and it is gut-wrenching. Just 2 nights ago while we were talking on the couch, he turned his head to the side and placed his hand over his face and said tearfully, "I loved you." Believe me, I see firsthand that pain all the time and it's hard to witness. It kills me. I want to comfort him and take all of that pain I caused away and I can't. He is lonely and he is hurting so much and I feel helpless. I would do anything to take that from him. Sounds stupid, but my mama instinct wants to rock him like a baby even. It's so hard knowing he's hurting. The emptiness in his eyes is scary to look at. There is no sparkle in his eyes anymore. He is hollowed out and I did it. I hate it more than anything. I want to help love him back to health and help him feel secure. The only way I can now do that is to let him go, even though it goes against every fiber of my being to do so. Please understand, today is but just a moment in my recovery. Today I hurt. Today I am angry. But I'm real. ETA, I would gladly stay in an apartment alone for a year and pay penance. I mean what I say when I say I would do anything. Those are not just words. I really mean it. I would do anything. If I saw OP right now, I'd fall down and apologize for my anger today. I'm not perfect, nor do I pretend to be. I am terribly flawed and trying to make sense of the mess I have caused. I'm down today, but not out. My will to get up and keep growing is still there. I just took a hard hit today. My 6-year-old is weeping now and this is all just so much to bear. I am so sorry I've done this to our sweet family. I'm such a fool. I never wanted to hurt our family. I really didn't. I never wanted to stray and lose my husband's trust. I didn't set out to fail. Things happened. I let them happen and I did fail. I'm human and I made terrible mistakes that are now costing us all. It's very hard to live with and to find any joy in life. That is why I need God's help so much. That is why I have to turn to Him in this. I can't do this alone. OP has said himself that when he is around me, I am gutted. It's because I am. I am remorseful and feel horrible for what this is costing my husband and my babies. My typed words are so often misconstrued. My motives are twisted. My intentions misread. I am not a script. It's so sad that every wayward is assumed to be the same. I am not the same as all the others. I too have read a lot about wayward spouses, and more often than not, the BS is the one fighting for the marriage and the WS is resistant. People are encouraging him to walk away and deep down he doesn't even really want to. He thinks he has to. He has seen my remorse and seen me devastated by what I've done to us. He knows I am repentant. I'm not an argumentative girl. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not vile or evil or all of the other things I've been called. I have friends and family that know me and love me and know who I am and what's in my heart. Someone just yesterday told me I was one of the sweetest people they've ever known, and they hate to see me suffering like this and being misinterpreted the way I am. I guess that's really all that matters. Those in real life. This I know. I am loved. My life isn't over, even though right now it hurts and looks bleak. I am moving and me and my children will be surrounded by so much love and support. I will be okay in time. I will follow God. I will be a woman of integrity and honor, and I will never make those same choices again. I know I have to let go. It's just a very painful thing to do, and I know it is for him too. I know that man loves me. I believe that with all my heart. And it's real. I want him to find peace. He is tormented right now and I don't want that for him. I want him to find healing from what I've done and even more. If I can be really real, what I wish for him more than anything is that he would give his life back to Jesus and accept his forgiveness for himself even. That's my prayer above all else. I wish he would surrender it all to God. I have to get myself pulled together. I've let my emotions run today and control me, which is not self-control. I have so much to be doing to prepare to move and have allowed my emotions to dictate my day. I was doing so well too. Dang it, I'm a work in progress. Tomorrow is a new day. Thank God, because this one has been rough. OP, I'm sorry baby. I had a bad day and was angry with you. I'm under so much stress and terrified right now. I'm spiraling and feel lost today. I'm trying to be strong and to have it all together, but I don't. Please forgive me for being angry. I have a hard time not finding my identity in you because we are one. It's hard to separate myself from you and it be okay in my soul. I know you aren't the source of my life though, and I'm trying to let go. I'm trying, baby. I am so trying. I just had a crap day. The daughter that was so distraught yesterday is now excited about moving, but now the 6-year-old is crying a lot. Kids destroyed the house I had just cleaned. I argued with OP, which I hate on a normal married day. My RX got screwed up at the pharmacy. I started thinking about having to pull away in that moving truck without my husband and lost it. I've been angry, sad, exhausted, stressed, scared, emotional, nauseous, mad at myself, mad at OP, just a crap day in general. Some days are harder than others, and today was one of them. I apologized to OP and he texted me that we all have bad days and it's expected. Sweet. I'm at the grocery store now and headed home to make dinner. I will be okay. Maybe not today, but I will. OP has made his decision. I am accepting it. What part of I am moving 2 states away did you not read? He will be free from his wife, as he affectionately calls me. He has seen a side of me he didn't know could exist that I'm ashamed of, but he has seen the other sides of me that he loves that you'll never see or hear about. I am not my mistakes. I am not a bad person. I made bad choices. Unfortunately, my choices have ruined us. I stand by what I've always said, that I will do anything to make it right, and if making it right is me letting go and moving away, then that is what I do. I have no right to even ask for reconciliation. I will still be faithful to him though. No matter what, I will. I love you, OP. We all do so much. Life isn't the same without you in it. We miss you so much, so very much. I have asked to be polygraphed. I am hiding nothing and have told the truth. I have been begging for one since the beginning. I've even offered to pay for it. When OP mentioned that he was considering it once while we were having coffee together, tears of relief fell down my cheeks and a sigh of relief washed over me. No contact letters have not been written to the guitar dude, only because I already have made no contact with him since June, blocked him and his number, deleted my Facebook and Instagram accounts, deleted the apps even. A guy lives in another town. We don't have the same friends anymore either, so I never see him. My band friends are not a fan of his at all anymore. He is shady and has ducked my husband and his questions for months now and denied everything to save his own tail. Within a day or two of my full disclosure to my husband, I called my band manager and told him the truth about everything. I also quit the band. We were just about to start recording our first album and had writers on the album that write for famous country singers. Atlantic Records was interested in us. One of their reps had been attending our shows even. I walked away from all of it to save my marriage and to show my husband that I was willing to give up anything to make this right. Also, I knew that the band would forever be a trigger for my husband. The day I quit the band, I even quit wearing all of my country superstar wardrobe, as that too would trigger him. I haven't even listened to one single country song since then either. I walked away from the whole country music world. Any man that used to text me strictly platonically has received a text from me stating I will no longer be texting or communicating with men as I take steps to create boundaries for myself and my marriage. I had musician friends that were even just being kind, checking on me, that got that text. It didn't matter to me though. I have to take the necessary measure. Also, OP has had and still has and will still have, even when I move, full access to phone records, my email account, and iCloud account. I am not hiding anything. This move is rough and hurts both OP and I a lot. Saying goodbye will be painful for all of us, and it's something I am dreading. I am trying to be moved by October 1st and feel very rushed and even somewhat pressured by family and friends to do it. I will admit that I don't have peace about the move. A wise person told me, when you feel rushed to do something, slow down and wait. Also, my patterns of dealing with pain in the past have been to run and escape to where comfort is. Comfort is where my family is in another state. So, am I running again? I have made so many mistakes and just don't want to make another one. I'm scared of making a terrible mistake. So, I have much unrest and feel very troubled. I'm questioning if this is the will of God to move. OP says he thinks initially it will be hard, but it's what's best, but that he won't speak for God. I don't want to cause any more pain to anyone, so I'm just really afraid. I don't have peace about it. I want my husband to have peace though, and if me leaving brings him that peace, then I will do whatever I need to do to help him heal. His heart and his healing are important to me first and foremost. I wish I could take all of his pain away. I would do anything to be able to. My children and their pain are next on the list, and I just want them to feel loved and secure and no longer afraid. They have been so afraid of us divorcing, and I have to somehow dissipate that fear, which is hard when I have the same fear myself. I have never tried to hide the fact that I want my marriage saved more than you all even know. I want my husband whole and heal, and my children and family whole and put back together. Do I wish people on here would tell OP to fight for his marriage and family? Yes. Do I wish people would encourage reconciliation and redemption for us? Yes. That isn't my purpose for trying to be here though. My purpose, when I came back, was to find out and learn what I needed to do and what kind of woman I need to be to even be worthy of a glimmer of chance. How to heal. How to help my husband heal. I know I've made mistakes in the process, but I'm trying. I really am. I am human, I am flawed, I am hurting too, I am scared. The need to defend myself is because I feel like I have been wrongfully accused, and I really have been, for the extent of the affairs. So much has been assumed that is completely inaccurate, and that really is just frustrating, especially when I know it's not true. I have been misread and misunderstood, and it has hurt. I have been called names and dragged through the mud here, and it hurts when I know what's in my heart. All of it, the good and the bad, but it's being misconstrued or compared to every other wayward spouse. I get it that there is a script or a psychological pattern that I seem to be following. That doesn't mean I am a lost cause though or incapable of getting it and being changed. Please understand I don't want to be that pattern. I don't want to be tossed into the sea of waywards. I want to be the exception to the rule for myself and my husband and my family. I want to be a success story for me and my family. I want to live honorably and right. So, I am willing to move away and let go of my marriage and to get well and allow my husband the space to get well too. I would be lying though if I told you I won't be praying that one day we will find our way back to each other though. When I say I will remain faithful to him now no matter what, it's not in a psycho-stalker way. It's because I love him and only him. I know what it's like to be in another relationship and even married when I'm still in love with OP. Already been there and done that. Actually, he has too. We were each other's firsts and have loved each other madly and deeply for 24 years now. It's not something that can just be erased. It's real and we are very much connected to each other. I love that man. I love him so much. He truly loves me too and I am so thankful for that. He still has a soft spot for me even now and I am so lucky and blessed to still even now be his. Does the pain ever stop? ETA, I would gladly agree to a post-nup too. I know I won't ever do this again. I mean that. Seeing the devastation firsthand and living it is the greatest wake-up call of my life. Also, I'm already in therapy and have been 2 days after D-Day. I did that on my own too. I have already found a new therapist in my new town we will be moving to too. OP responds, I have been urging you, I have text to prove it, to move up where your support system is. Say what you want. I'm not arguing with you. The question is why am I encouraged you to move? You know that's no easy thing for me because 4 little children will be missing their daddy. So why? Your 100% ultimate goal is reconciliation. I'm not discounting your post-event experiences, but in reality, your only motivation for staying would be on the hope that we would reunite. And you've already heard 1 million times that is what is sabotaging you. You say it's for the children. Somewhat maybe. You will not give me peace nor rest, I guarantee it, if you remain here. You are avoiding rock bottom. You say you don't like the uncertainty, you don't like the fear, and that's understandable. For a year and a half, you really enjoyed those other feelings though. I can't help you in this, and I won't make you move. But you have a strong best friend, a strong mother, a good circle of friends, way more than you have here. Your number one priority should be yourself and our children. End of story. My comment. What I cannot understand is that if happened more than once, I would have thought a cheater would learn from the first time they put a nuclear in their marriage what the consequences were. The delusion or unwillingness to actually put themselves in the shoes of the BS is mind-boggling. OP, to your future, it is all in his hands, and if you do not like that, want to become defensive etc., then it will be more painful for you. Part 4 will be wife's side of confession. It is an emotional confession. Sub, and see you tomorrow morning.